Hi everyone, I'm Luis from luisrevere.com, and I want to welcome you to something that I've been wanting to do about an artist. And I didn't want to rank the albums per se, so I'm going to do this kind of like album by album featuring the artist. And I'm going to try to do this from now on instead of ranking them, just go through the records. I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to try to do this. Let me just look for a little bit of the discography, right? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I need them, maybe I don't. So anyway, the artist I wanted to talk about is Paul Simon. Of course, I'm gonna include Simon and Garfunkel and his solo work. Now I don't know if you've seen. I think I've done videos of my favorite songwriters, and Paul Simon for me ranks in the top three or top five after Lennon, Dylan, maybe McCartney, and then Simon for me. I think he's a great poet. He's an innovator because he doesn't stick to one type of music. So, but anyway, he's an artist that I've found myself loving his lyrics, and I wanted to share just a little album by album, with Paul Simon. And of course, when you talk about Paul Simon, you have to start with Simon and Garfunkel. When it comes to voices, their voices blended so beautiful together. And I think they started out kind of like a Dylan acoustic kind of thing, only that it was a duet. But they progressed with. I mean, they did only like 5 albums, and yet they were really successful and really great artists. To my recollection, the first album they made was Wednesday morning 3 a.m. So this is a record that has a few covers and a few originals. When it comes to the covers, you got Last Night I Had a Dream, The Strangest Dream. But when it comes to the original tracks, I have to say that I love Bleecker Street. It sounds so beautiful. And the other one is Wednesday morning 3 a.m. This is kind of like the least. The one record that I like the least is this one. It has the first version of The Sound of Silence, but I like the other version that has drums and all that. But it was first released on this record, just acoustic. So this is a good record. It has like a good collection of covers, even including one by Bob Dylan. Is The Times They Are Gonna Changing. So I mean, this He Was My Brother is another good song. I don't. Let me see if that one was written by Paul Simon. I don't think so, but let's see. I think it was actually. Okay, so yes, I think that one was written by him. So yeah, this is their first record. It's a good start. It wasn't I think their breakout hit that I think they expected it to be, I guess. So after this one, they released The Sound of Silence, because the producer, while I think Paul Simon was so disappointed that he actually went to England, and while he was in England, he added drums, bass to the original recording that they had made, and it became a huge hit, The Sound of Silence. I mean, it's one of their classics, and it's it's such a great song. I mean, the lyrics stands to this day as Paul's, among Paul's best lyrics. Of course, you get Leaves That Are Green, which is a beautiful song. Kathy's song, to me, is one of the most beautiful love songs that has been written. Um, I love Most Peculiar Man, April Comes She Will, and one of my favorites, I Am a Rock, which ends the record. Now I got a special version that includes a beautiful cover of the beautiful song "Blues Run the Game," which I think is it's a beautiful version of a song that another artist recorded. I don't remember his name, but this is a great record. This is a good album, and it shows that they were getting better. So after this one, I have to think that they released Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. So this one has, of course, the big song Scarborough Fair and Canticle, which kind of features Paul singing one thing and Artie singing another thing, kind of in unison, which sounds amazing. Homeward Bound, great song. The Big Bright Green Pleasure Machine is a really good, kind of fun, kind of a critique by Paul, kind of goofing around with pot, basically saying that by the green, it's just grass. I think he's referring to. Feeling Groovy, the 59th Street Bridge song is another classic. Flowers That Never Bend with the Rainfall. I love that song. I never heard it before until I got the record. I'm sorry. And it's a beautiful song, beautiful words, and of course their voices. 7 o'clock news, Silent Night. I think that is an interesting track, and what they did was sing Silent Night, which is a classic, but along with the night news from a specific date, which I don't know the day, but it's a kind of it's kind of a weird, not weird, but a great statement, to for them to make on a record. Take the news and sing Silent Night while the newscaster is saying the news, which includes Richard Speck, a guy who killed a few nurses. I even think something about Martin Luther King. I haven't heard it in a while, but just news of the times, and I think it was a very interesting thing to do. So after that, of course, they released Bookends, which I think is a good album. I love it. I love America. I really like America. I love Bookends and Old Friends. Bookends. The two songs go together a little bit. Faking It, Hazy Shade of Winter. It has a few classic Simon and Garfunkel songs. So it's a good record. And of course, when it comes to Simon and Garfunkel, sadly, their last album was absolutely their masterpiece. When it comes to songwriting, you gotta love Bridge Over Troubled Water. I mean, Paul Simon really wrote one of the most beautiful songs that I've ever heard. One of my favorite tracks in Bridge Over Troubled Water. And Artie performed the heck out of that one with his voice. He just really gave it his all. And it sounds such an amazing track. Amazing lyrics and amazingly performed by Art Garfunkel on vocals. This album has so many classics. I mean, El Condor Pasa, The Boxer, that's an amazing song. The Only Living Boy in New York, Song for the Asking, Bye Bye Love, which is a cover for the Everly Brothers. This is among the best albums that I think ever made. I mean, this is such a good record. If you're going to start a Paul Simon collection, you start with this one. I mean, guaranteed. Start with this one. Well, in my opinion, of course. So after that, sadly, Simon and Garfunkel split up, and I have to confess that I did not follow Art if he did solo records or not. I only stuck with Paul Simon because of my love of his lyrics, of his words. So of course, I mean, he has a long career. I'm not gonna go into every record he made. I'm gonna go with the records that I like of his solo career. And I have to start with, of course, 1972's Paul Simon. Mother and Child Reunion, Duncan, Me and Julio by the Schoolyard. I love that song. I love the video that he did in 1980. I think he did it for Greatest Hits album because the song was from 1972. But the video was really cool. The song is just so great. It's just so fun. Simple words, but the music is just so uplifting. Of course, it's just such a good record. It has a Run That Body Down, Peace Like a River, Hobo Blues. It's a good record. It's a good start for him as a solo artist. And after that, let me see which one came. I think There Goes the Rhyming Simon. Now this one, I have to say, is my favorite of him as a solo artist because I love Kodachrome. I love Something So Right. Learn How to Fall is a good song. St. Jude's Comet is a beautiful song. But my favorite song of Paul, along with Bridge, is American Tune. And it's on this record. I mean, that song is just so beautiful, American Tune. And there's a version where they actually sing it together, Garfunkel and Simon, which sounds really, really, really good. So that's Rhyming Simon. The other album that I like from him, it's Still Crazy After All These Years. I don't know, I think that one must have been released on 1975. And the title track, Still Crazy After All These Years, is such a beautiful track. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, Gone at Last is such a kind of a gospel feeling to it. Slip Sliding Away, no, that's the demo. That's another song that I love. Of course, you gotta have the album, Graceland. Graceland is a great record. But I'm gonna go now through songs that I haven't mentioned. I'm not gonna go through all the album because I haven't listened to all of them of his solo career. But I have a very comprehensive Greatest Hits album. You Had to Love the song Graceland, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes. You Can Call Me Out, Under the African Skies, Obvious Child, and Father and Daughter, Hurricane Eye from one of his latest records. And he did the last album that I actually bought from him was So Beautiful or So What. And I kind of like the album. I mean, the song The Afterlife was really unique. Dazzling Blue was a good, beautiful ballad. And Getting Ready for Christmas Day was a unique song with a sermon of a pastor that Paul Simon heard. So I wanted to do this video, and I know I call it album by album, but I went album by album as far as I could because I have not listened to every Paul Simon record. Hearts and Bones, I listened to that one. That one I didn't quite love. I love 3 tracks, The Late Johnny Ace, Hearts and Bones, and When Numbers Get Serious. So I think Paul Simon's career is kind of like ups and downs. But he's still a great artist, amazing songwriter, among my favorites. And, we'll see which artist I'm going to pick next to go album by album. I'm going to try to pick some that I haven't ranked their albums yet. Because I've already talked about the records. So anyway, I'm going to try to do things a little bit different in terms of reviews and this kind of videos, just to talk about movies, music, and anything. So hopefully, I hope you enjoy them. And have a great day. Take care. And see you on the next one. Or here, remember to subscribe if you like to the podcast and to the YouTube video. And check my webpage, www.luisreviewer.com. Bye.